You have a short career. You have to make the most amount of money possible. None of these promoters are sending retirement checks to fighters. So anytime somebody says I'm ruthless or, oh, you weren't loyal, you took this fighter from here to here, how many times have you seen a promoter cut a fighter when they've lost once?
Here we are in London for Moses Atauma versus Filip Hrgović, and I'm joined by Filip Hrgovic's manager, Keith Connolly. First time guest on the channel. A pleasure to have you, and have you got a reputation as a manager?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Talk to me about Filip then, a fighter that has always been deemed like the monster of the division. Had a bit of ups and downs in his life, unfortunately lost his father, fought Zhang, fought some really good names, kind of went by the wayside a bit, but he's been resurrected. Talk to me about that.
He's had 3 great wins. His one loss was to Dubois in the heavyweight championship fight, and nobody cares about excuses, but the truth is he was in bed the week before fight week with 101 fever. When we got to fight week, we thought he had recovered, and as you see in the first 3 rounds of the fight, he did tremendous. He was picking Dubois apart, and then he fell off a cliff, and we don't think he ever fully recovered. And then obviously he had the massive cut that opened in the fight. He actually got that cut 17 days before the fight. We stitched it up, and the doctor said, we don't think it'll get any worse than it's gotten, and they were wrong, and that reopened. And then he ended up getting another cut in the middle from a headbutt. So I think everything that could go wrong leading up to the fight and everything that could go wrong in the fight happened. And no excuse, all the credit in the world to Dubois, but I don't think Filip was 100%. So if he beats Moses, we're going to go straight to a Dubois fight or the winner of the rematch of Worley Dubois. We have that contractually, and he's looking to be heavyweight champion and get Dubois back.
May I ask, what is it about Filip? Why did you choose to manage him? I'm going to presume that as a manager you have a specific type of fighter that you like. What is it about Filip?
Well, I'm picky with fighters.
First
of all, I have to like them. Secondly, they have to have the potential, and I saw a lot of potential in Filip. I mean, even though he's from Croatia, a small market, he is a very marketable guy. He's a good-looking guy, big guy, he could fight, and he's actually got a funny, dry sense of humor. So he has a lot of attributes. There's nothing not to like about Filip, and it's been a great ride. There have been some ups and downs, but I think he's in a good groove right now, and I think he's going to shock the world August 29th.
What I do like about Filip is that when he attends, like he does these face-offs, he is very witty, he's very dry. And say, for example, the Dave Allen fight that he had, he sort of like professes what he's going to do to them, and he laughs about it. The Dave Allen fight, talk to me about that with Filip.
Well, it was a great opportunity because we got to go in to Dave Allen's hometown. Obviously, we were a big favorite going into the fight, and we were supposed to win, and we were supposed to win comfortably. So going in Dave Allen's hometown put more pressure on him and got him motivated for the fight. And I thought he looked tremendous. I mean, again, he was supposed to win. He was supposed to knock out Dave Allen, but I thought his performance was 10 times better than could have been expected. I thought he fought perfectly, and I thought he did what he had to do, and it put him in position for this fight.
Then after that, we had the post-fight, and I actually made a poster out of it for my social media. I like Filip's arrogance. He said, obviously according to the scriptures, Moses never made it to the promised land, and that was almost like, okay, we know what's going to happen yet. But talk to me about the lead up to getting to where we are now.
Well, we didn't even know until the week of the fight that the fight would be in August. And initially, we were kind of like, that's a little bit too soon. I was pushing back a little, so they moved the date, the original date of August 8th to August 29th, to sort of give us more time. We wanted more time. There was a rumor out there that we turned down the fight. We didn't turn down the fight ever. We wanted the date later. Again, they gave us 3 weeks. We wanted another month or 2, but then we talked directly with DAZN. They said that their schedule was filled up and it was going to be a pay-per-view and a lot of business stuff that people probably don't really know about. So we thought about it for a few days and we ended up taking the fight. I mean, it's not, I think it is a quick turnaround for him, but nothing's perfect in life, and you have to take a big chance like this when you have it.
When you talk about risk-taking, what is it that makes you comfortable about Filip? Because I thought, okay, the turnaround is quick. I thought that myself. What makes you confident that he's okay to go into this fight, especially with the, the couple of cuts, potential openings? You know how it goes.
Well, I'm really worried about the cuts. You always have to worry about the cuts when you've had a history. That's the one thing I am worried about. But as far as being prepared for the fight, Philip's a professional. He's one of the most professional guys I know. You never have to worry about him training. So he'll be ready for the fight, and we'll see who comes out on top that night.
Your management then, your company, your business, you said you have to like the fighter. They've got to have something about them. You're known as a bit of ruthless or kind of like for your fighters. Why do you think that rubs the promoters up the wrong way so much?
Well, I think that they're not used to managers pushing back. And I'm always going to die on a hill for any fighter I manage. That's the way I am. And maybe people aren't used to that. And that's their problem, not mine.
With the fighters that are out there, there are some fighters that do struggle with management, do struggle to get fights because maybe there isn't somebody in their corner like you are. For yours, what advice would you give to those fighters when it comes to choosing a manager? What traits should a fighter look out for within a manager?
I would look at the history of a manager, and if he's gotten his fighters above market value, and if they're the type of manager that when push comes to shove is going to put their foot in the ground and not take a backward step, and that's the way I manage. So, you have a short career. You have to make the most amount of money possible. None of these promoters are sending retirement checks to fighters. So anytime somebody says I'm ruthless or, oh, you weren't loyal, you took this fighter from here to here, how many times have you seen a promoter cut a fighter when they've lost once? Is that loyalty? No. Not putting down the promoters. It's a business. If I was a promoter, I would work the same way, I'm sure. I'm on the side of the fighter. So I am going to be as ruthless as I can be to do the best job for my fighter. And at the end of the day, that's guiding them in the right direction and making them the most amount of money. Anybody that says it's not about the money is either lying or never made any money.
We love it. Listen, Keith Connolly, thank you very much for your time. You've got a queue there waiting for you, Mr. Popular. All the best, fight week, and great to meet you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.